Hello, everybody.
Just as he was about to pull the trigger, Liverpool stepped up. Someone in the carpet right side and to go back and play in field.
I saw you say I late small. Sorry, guys. Hello, everybody. And now, just off the bat, this no be bird's eye view anymore. But I don't realize, say, I dey go against my mission in a way. Because I suppose they constantly educate and elevate my people, but because of the necessity to not only give you information, why they move bird's eye view go YouTube, because I want the fish show now, which I talk about. On this platform, I can only just talk. I cannot show you the evidence where to go and look. Exactly. So that's not why I won't carry and go. YouTube. But regardless, me see me cannot they come on here. I'm not going to talk in general as we normally do, right? So from now they come online here too, time to time, here and Facebook. But still, please, everybody, we need to get on that my YouTube, And now, everybody needs to remember, say, I'll be the pro tem chairman of the Movement of the People. I'm the pro tem chairman, and my organization, I'm proud to say, we have strong membership in the North. Very strong membership in the North. So when I take my political stance against Islam, it's not a political stance against Muslims. My political stance against Islam is Islam's political stance against me. You understand me? People think Islam is just religion. Yes, there's religion. But also, there's the politics. You see, in Western society, they did what they call the separation of church and state. Before, up until like 400 years ago, the whole of Europe was under the Catholic Church. The Pope King, if you do anything, he decided who was king and who wasn't in every country. He decided the laws. He was the final say. The church and the state was one. The Catholic Church banned books. The Catholic Church burnt women for being witches at the stake. Something we still do in Nigeria today. Which brings me to speaking to Nigerian people to understand imperialism. Imperialism. You understand me? There's something called imperialism. Where you be like, say, we for Africa understand. No, I'm using, let me see if it works. Okay, I'm back. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Am I back online? Yeah, I think I'm back now. I always make extensive. Idris Moreni KG says it's painful that you make extensive research before criticizing, but you fail to do so this time. It's painful. I wish to see your facts. Well, so sit back, relax, and enjoy my facts. Islam is an imperialist, Arabic imperialist agenda. Apart from the religion of it, Islam is a tool to spread Arab domination, Arab influence all over the world. Just like Christianity is a tool for Christians to spread European propaganda, European will, European dominance, European influence all over the world. There's the spirituality of religion. There's also the politics. And what I've realized is that in this fucking place called Nigeria, you people don't understand the politics of the religion that you say you follow. Now, I don't want Christians, because many Christians have been sitting down on their high horses talking about how Muslims in the South, generally don't kill people. Yes, they don't have to kill. It's not people that is being killed. It is Africans. You see, who is an African to the Muslim? Who is an African to the Islamist in the North? An African is an infidel. Basically, anybody that doesn't believe in Muhammad that is black. To the extremist in the North, that person is an African. That is infidel. Doesn't matter if you are. It doesn't care if you are Christian. Doesn't care if you are. So you see, here in the South, right? Here in the South, we handle that for them. In the South, the Christian, thinks the Muslim is religious and a believer of a God, respects Allah, but doesn't respect the African neither. And what happens in the South? We burn women and we lie that they turn from witch to bird, from bird to human being. people in southern Nigeria will gather around an old woman that have done nothing. Nothing. Has done nothing, absolutely nothing to them. They will gather around, they will lie. They will tell a big fat lie against this woman. They will say this woman turned from bird into human being. This is a big fat terrible lie. We all know it is a lie. Just the way when the extremists in the north gather around an African to kill that person, many of the times that they bring this what's it called story, it is a lie. You know, it is a lie. It is just a reason. They just need a reason to act out their anti-African agenda. You understand? So in the south here, you burn women for nothing. Pastors go into the church, into the shrines. Pastors here in the south, yes, in the north they burn churches, right? In the south, the churches now burn shrines. Am I lying? Am I lying? What part of this is the lie? What part of this is a lie? You know? Now, you know, before I go into the political analysis, you know, many Nigerians have not read the Quran. So all these liars calling themselves moderate. You see, when atrocities are committed by the politics of Islam to enhance the influence of Islam, you understand? When this is done, right? When this is done, it's a political, see, like as Putin invade Ukraine, as he's doing that aggressive act, it is also the duty of his PR people to come out and spread propaganda or his narrative to make it look benign. As America is destroying Iraq, America will be spreading propaganda that, oh, we are not destroying Iraq, we are only trying to remove terrorists and bring democracy. Do you understand? This is what the moderate Islamists do. You understand? They come and say Islam is a religion of peace. These people are not real Muslims. These people are not real Muslims. They are not following the... Okay, fine. Let's look at some of the things that are in the Quran. Because, you know, me, I don't have time for... Me, I studied the Quran. I always tell people that, but I do not really quote the Quran. I don't quote the Quran for one reason and one reason only. Because there is no accepted, agreed translation. The Arabs have refused for the Quran to be directly, officially to English. So say if you are speaking with an Arabic scholar and you try to quote the Quran to him in English, he will refuse. You say until you say it in Arabic, that is not an approved translation. You understand? It's an intellectual safeguard. You understand? So to learn to speak officially to them about the book, you must have read it in Arabic. But I have only read part of it in English. I've studied it in the English version. So I do not want to insult their culture and say, well, they have to. But for this reason, and this reason only, I'm bringing out English translations of what is in the Quran. About how to treat unbelievers, how to treat infidels. I mean, how can people, listen, how can people say that there is no violence, that these people that are committing violence against people are not real Muslims? How did Usman Danfodio conquer northern Nigeria? How did he conquer northern Nigeria? How did Usman Danfodio, when he came, people were already Muslims. He was still angry that they were not Muslims enough. He was angry that they were not Muslims enough and waged war. Murdering millions of people for no reason other than not accepting Islam. But these same people who have taken lands by blood just because the people there refuse. Where you refuse, they come with war. So how can that be a religion of peace? If I refuse your religion and you come and subdue me because I refuse by violence and war in a land that is not your own, is this Usman Danfodio's father's land? This is Africa. The people of northern Nigeria, the Hausa tribes of northern Nigeria, said they want to keep. The only people he could not conquer was the Borno people, because the Borno Empire was well organized. They resisted him. They beat him up. That's why till today there's still a shehu of Borno, not an emir. And that's why Boko Haram is there, number one place. They are not in Sokoto, destroying Sokoto. They are in Borno, continuing their imperialist mission to subdue that place and put an emir. What is anybody telling me? What is anybody telling me here? Religion of peace? Okay. So now, let me look into the Quran, in English translation, because I'm sorry, I don't have Arabic translation. I have never, really, the way I read English Bible and claim to officially talk to anybody about it, I don't do that with, because, you have to learn Arabic, and I don't want to learn that. But they are English translations. So let me read from the Quran, how, Allah thinks infidels should be treated peacefully. Let's see this peaceful treatment, And I'm coming to, after the Quran, we'll not discuss the hadiths, because many of you that listen to these liars, these moderate liars, that they call themselves moderate Islamists, that do nothing, but secretly happy that their religion is winning. In their mind, they're happy. Don't think we can talk to Muhammad anyhow. You don't have to, no. We don't believe in this killing. Anyway, you guys calm down. We'll discuss the hadith. Let these people come and talk to us about the hadiths. Because you see, the hadiths are the stories, the tales, the acts, the actions of the Prophet himself, by the people closest to him. So apart from the Quran, when people interpret the Quran, they use the hadith. That's how they are able to interpret the Quran, by seeing what Muhammad did in that same situation, what he said to his people about that passage. So they have the corresponding text. You understand? These are the doctrines. Let me say it this way. Hadiths are maybe like the doctrines, like the Gospels of Muhammad. Exactly. The Gospels. The way is the Gospels that make the Old Testament the Bible. The Gospels of Jesus and the New Testament makes the Torah the Bible. So this is how the Hadith, is the Gospels of Muhammad. What he did, what he said. So it is in this Hadith that people can see what the Prophet said about people, how he acted. You understand? Anyway, quickly, let me give you some of the sayings in this Hadith. In the Hadith, it says, jihad is your duty under any ruler, be he godly or wicked. A single endeavor of fighting in Allah's cause in the forenoon or in the afternoon is better than the world and whatever is in it. A day and night fighting on the frontier is better than a month of fasting and prayer. Nobody who dies and finds good from Allah in the hereafter would wish to come back to this world, even if you are given the whole world and whatever is in it, except the martyr, who, on seeing the superiority of martyrdom, would like to come back to the world and get killed again in Allah's cause. He who dies without having taken part in a campaign dies in a kind of unbelief. Paradise is in the shadow of swords. Are you listening to me like this? They say, he who dies without having taken part in a campaign dies in a kind of unbelief. When you see these boys jubilating that they killed someone, for them that is a campaign. They have fought for Allah. They are now full Muslims. You see, they say twisted script, stolen. You see what I'm saying? Designer just a twisted script. They will never agree when you say. So, I'll still read from the Quran itself. I'll still read from the Quran itself. Don't get me twisted. Right now I'm just like trying to get you people in this dance here of what they say in the Hadith. You understand? Now, I want you all to understand something also. That just like racism, right? I don't know if you've ever been on this my channel before to follow what I say about these things. Racism, right, is not from the ground up. When people watch all these American films, they make it seem to you as if racism is something that the rednecks, the bush Americans, the bush Europeans that are not educated, that are backward, is them that are racist. You understand? That's how they paint racism. But if you study the history of our relationship with these people, you study their own society, the history of their society, you go and read the words of their scholars, the words of their greatest minds. In fact, there was a science in the universities of Europe and America called eugenics. You understand? This science was false. It was based on no truth, no fact, no. But they were teaching it because it reinforced racism. Racism, you understand, like terrorism, is something that comes from the top down. When you are hearing jihad, all these things, all these extremists blowing, it is not the poor Muslims that are arranging it and planning it and funding it. No. It is the rich Muslims that will come out and tell you that they are moderate. They are the ones behind teaching. These scholars, go and listen to them. So many violent scholars in the north spewing hateful rhetoric in the mosque. Nobody stops them. Telling people that they must kill for Allah, they must die for Allah if anybody. Did you hear what the cleric said yesterday? The cleric, go and look at this young stupid one that said he only had 83 million. Who donated 83 million for that one to do presidential campaign? He said insulting the prophet is the red line. This is somebody that wanted to rule Nigeria. He said they have red line. So you understand, this red line word, this is a presidential aspirant. It is how they have been taught by these brains, these scholars that they all look up to. You want to wonder why you are in these churches. They say, the church should protect itself. The church that they are born in, Christians will never, your pastor will never protect, say you should protect yourself from imperialists. Because he man are imperialists. And he knows, your pastor knows one thing for sure. That he might give you the gun and the training to protect the church today against what we perceive as Islamic aggression. But down the line, you are going to turn that gun against him. He knows. They know in all this point. They know the game they are playing. As long as it is we African people that continue to die. Right on time. You know, if how do I put it? If it was a rich person's daughter, I mean, look at the marriage of Buhari's daughter. Look at what she was wearing. Nobody said anything. One other girl did it. This Islamist came out. So don't think that they don't understand what they are doing. Anyway, let me read from the Quran. You know, so not from the Quran, but translations. Let me read translations from the Quran. You know, about what this God thinks of us. The unbelievers, the infidels, the kafirs. I mean, how can these people say you are when you have this kind of words to describe people that don't agree with you? Infidel. I mean, that one too is not in the Quran. I mean, so understand what is going on. There's a politics, there's a game here. We, the people, are trapped in the middle. Arabic imperialists, European imperialists. Everybody siphoning, stealing, drawing blood out of Africa. Using African people. Using African people as the scapegoat. It is the same whether or not you forewarn them, the unbelievers. They will have no faith. Quran 2, chapter 6. God will mock them, God will mock them and keep them long in sin, blundering blindly along. 2:15. A fire whose fuel is men and stones awaits them. Quran 2:24. They will be rewarded with disgrace in this world and with grievous punishment on the day of resurrection. Quran 2:85. God's curse be upon the infidels. Quran 2:89. They have incurred God's most inexorable wrath, and ignominious punishment awaits them. Quran 2:90. God is the enemy of the unbelievers. Quran 2:98. The unbelievers among the people of the book, Christians and Jews that is, and the pagans, we resent that any blessing should have been sent down to you from your Lord. Quran 2:105. They shall be held up to shame in this world and sternly punished in the hereafter. Quran 2:114. Those to whom we have given the book and who read it as it ought to be read truly believe in it. Those that deny it shall assuredly be lost. Quran 2:122. We shall let them live a while, See, this is tolerance. This is the tolerance they talk about. Listen to it. We shall let them live a while, and then shall drag them to the scourge of the fire. That's why they burn people after they kill them. Evil shall be their fate. Now before I continue, let me even continue. Let me keep giving you gems upon gems. People keep saying how beautifully these holy books are written. I read them. I've read the Bible. There's nothing beautiful about what's in the Bible. Full of blood, mayhem, trickery, stealing, killing, genocide, lies, manipulation, ego. You understand? This is what is in there. And when people talk about how many people Muslims have killed in Yoruba land, let me tell you something. Is it that you have not tried? We, the Yoruba, we fought you 2 times. In what? Is it because they don't teach you your history? Do you know who Afonja is? Why is Ilorin a Muslim? Why does Ilorin have emir? If you Yoruba Muslims are so innocent. If Yoruba Muslims are so innocent, how did the Yoruba people lose Ilorin to Islam, to the Islamists? Why is there an emir in it? Okay, it is long ago. Oh yeah, give us Ilorin back. If it is long ago, remove your emir from Ilorin. Why is the emir still in Ilorin? If it was, don't we know that Ilorin is Yoruba land? Why is your emir still there? Can you remove your emir from Ilorin, please? After you tried to kill us in Southwest 2 times, you tried to exterminate us, we defeated you in battle. You are not using our victory against you that subdued you. You Yoruba traitors that went with Afonja and the Muslims. Do you want me to tell you your stories, Yoruba Muslims? Do you want to know your story? That you are the ones that went with fought behind Afonja with the Muslims to try and destroy Yoruba land on behalf of Islam and Northerners, that you all gather here today. All Muslims will gather around and be saying, we want to remove ourselves from Northern. When you are the people that brought Islam into our lives, try to kill us and steal everything we have for the Northerners, you Yoruba Muslims. Why are Yoruba Muslims not like the Northern Muslims? Because we kicked your ass. We beat the living daylight out of you. We beat you very well. Till today, misbehave. We beat you very well. That's why Yoruba Muslims cannot misbehave. They were dealt with. They understand what it means to try and fuck with us over here. We dealt with them. That's why you don't do anything. Don't act like you are better than the Northern Muslims. They're not better. You just don't have the clout. You don't have the power. You don't have the numbers to play that your game here. We beat you. So Yoruba Muslims, be quiet while I'm talking to your Northern brothers. You are the same as them. Go to Ilorin and see the way you behave there. Go to Ilorin, they are cutting people's hair. These bad people, they just cut your hair on the street. Say because you have afro. Why would you have afro? Be quiet. Islam is a problem. We have to address it. Let's continue. Fighting is obligatory for you, much as you dislike it, but you may hate a thing although it is good for you, and love a thing although it is bad for you. God knows, but you know not. Quran 2:16. They will not cease to fight against you until they force you to renounce your faith. If they are able, but whoever of you recants and dies an unbeliever, his work shall come to nothing in this world and in the world to come. Such men shall be the tenants of hell, wherein they shall abide forever. Those that have embraced the faith and those that have fled their land and fought for the cause of God may hope for God's mercy. 2:17-18. God does not guide the evildoers. God does not guide the unbelievers. The evildoers, we have none to help them. God guidance. So when you fight everywhere, fight, yet you are religion of peace. As I said, the only way there can be peace where the religious Islamists and even the Christians are is if everybody believe in their faith. If you think I am lying, go and be an Ifa worshipper in a company where the MD goes to Redeem Church. Go and look at a company where the MD is in Redeem. All the people there that will be doing well will be in Redeem Church. It is the same. It is just that the political clout that gave the Christians the power to bomb people just like these Muslims has been removed. You just don't have the political clout. Not because you don't want to do it. How many women go to market in this Lagos just because they wear miniskirts in Lagos? Miniskirts in 2020. They will beat them up in the market. Why are they beating them? Religious morality. It is Christianity in their brain. So I don't want us to now use this as a hand. So now let's come to today. Let us remember very well, dear moderate Muslims, moderate Islamists, that will only come and correct us that complain that bad things are happening. You will come and fight us that complain that bad things are happening. But we'll never see you fighting your cousins and your brothers and your sisters for killing your brothers and sisters. You think we're not your brothers and sisters? Do you believe the lies of the Arab invaders? You believe the Arab invaders, your Fulani masters, that have told you that you are not African, that they are better than us, that you are better than... You believe that lie? You better open your fucking eyes, fam. We are your brothers and sisters. We are African people. Don't let no foreigner come and tell you you're better than us. You are not. And you are killing us in their name. You think that if you help them fulfill their agenda and they come and look at the way they are treating you in the place already. Look at the way they treat you already under their leadership. In the northern Nigeria, where these people control, I don't think anywhere else in Africa suffers like this. They are not part of it. They don't think of you. No matter how you bow your head to their God, no matter how you do your 5 times prayer, didn't Nigerians die in Saudi Arabia? They went for Hajj. Didn't Nigerians die in Saudi Arabia when they went for Hajj? Do you know that the Saudi Foreign Ministry refused to apologize for those deaths? Instead, they blamed Nigerians for their own deaths. Okay, now, the people of Sokoto are out on the streets protesting and destroying the place for the killers to be released. You all say that Islam does not support this kind of killing. So now, why is Islam fighting against justice? Why? What's going on? What is going on? Why are they fighting against justice? If the killing is not supported, see the kind of people that have come outside to show support for that killing. Where is the peaceful moderate protest? Where is the peaceful moderate protest to balance this violent one that we are seeing? Where is one Muslim to come out and show his face? Because the moderate Muslims know that in the face of the fundamentalists will win the argument any time, because they are the ones doing what is exactly in the Quran. Islam is not there to just sit on its own. Muhammad created Islam to spread Arabic culture and influence and domination for power for their people, to gain power for their people. Islam cannot go anywhere and be comfortable if everybody there is not a Muslim. Even if they are the visitors. Go to France and see what they did in Charlie Hebdo. Have you forgotten Charlie Hebdo? Is France Muslim land? Is France under Sharia law? Why should anybody in France be afraid of the prophet? Okay, you say Sokoto is northern land, right? That's why it happened, right? In France, that is a Christian country, what did they do to people in Charlie Hebdo? Tell me. Because they don't understand that anywhere they are, that they can be visitors, that they can be guests. They are not there to be guests. Whether it is small act, whether it is big aggressive act, as we are seeing in Boko Haram, whether it is the big part like Boko Haram they are using, or it is small act like the killing of Deborah. These people want you to know that they are here to take over. That your way has now become just temporary. That your way has now become just temporary. That as they are here, it is their way. This is true about all Abrahamic religions. It is true about all Abrahamic religions. Europeans are from Europe alone. Europe is one tiny continent. Today, Europeans control South America. They control North America, as the majority is in this place. So they control Australia, killing off all the indigenous people. Because why? They did not believe in Jesus. So they did not deserve their land. They try to do it to us in Africa. That's why I say, you don't know your history, African people. Go and learn your history and see how your ancestors fought so that you can be here. They don't teach you the battles that we fought in this continent to make sure that you are not exterminated like the Aborigines, exterminated like the Native Americans, like the Incas, like the natives of South America, in Peru, in Bolivia, in Brazil, in Argentina. You don't know what your ancestors did. Let's pray that you know one day, so you really understand your position in this world and your destiny, what you are, your true purpose. Maybe you understand. You don't know what your ancestors did, that you are still here as the majority in your own land. You don't know what it means that you are the majority in your own land today. Go and look at all the other land these people have visited. Go and look at South Africa. That's how the whole of Africa would have been. Like South Africa. That's their plan for anywhere these people go. These Abrahamic children, these children of Abraham. This is their plan anywhere they go. Let them bring the history to prove me wrong. One history to prove me wrong. Bring it. They killed Oluwaseun, Christina Oluwaseun. Wasn't she murdered the same way in Kaduna? Abi, was it in Kano? Where did that happen? And that other woman, this Christina woman, she was a teacher in a school. Was it in Kaduna? No. Was it in Abuja? It was in Abuja. The picture was the old woman. The teacher. There was a teacher. She was in Kaduna. It was a teacher. She was a teacher in her school. And for now, I tell you people something. You think the people are killing you because they are angry. Because they are... No. The colonialist kills simply because the native is alive. I repeat to you. The colonialist kills simply because the native is alive. They don't need any reason to kill us. They need no reason. People that say that they are killing because of cow, that cow cannot eat grass, they kill people. Don't you understand what I'm telling you? You don't know the war you are in. You people are, your head is too deep in what is killing you. You are a participant in your own destruction. So you don't want to admit it to yourself that you are a participant in your own destruction. You think it's a lie, you think it's a joke, you think it's fun and games. You want to continue to enable that which is destroying everybody. Just the way we enable this gangster. Yesterday I was talking about this thing mildly. The gangster music, how we embrace. Somebody says, people I smoke Igbo, I'm the same. Why do I tell people to smoke Igbo? As if killing people and smoking Igbo is the same thing. Okay. So now, this woman was a teacher in her school in Kano, I think. I think it's Kano. And, before she was teaching the girls' class. Before the students enter, she said that nobody should bring their bags in as they normally do. So she took the bag. One girl wanted to carry her bag inside by force. Apparently, she took the girl's bag and dropped it outside. The girl enters the class, starts shouting that this woman, who is a Christian, infidel, has touched her Quran. Therefore, she has made her Quran impure by this Christian touching. Not the Quran. The Quran is in the bag, oh. They now went to go and start saying that the woman tore the Quran to pieces, shouting around the whole school. Went outside to rent jihadists to come to their school. Some people try to hide the woman. Some so-called moderate Muslims try to hide. Always trying to hide. Nobody wants to fight for you. But they now told them that I will destroy the school as they bring the woman. Anyway, they handed after they try to hide the woman. I always hear this story of Muslims that hide Christians, that hide people from fellow. Sorry, one person out of 10,000. You even now want to take credit that person is the evidence that your religion is good. Madness in this world, though. One person, over 10,000, 20,000 people are perpetuating an act. Over 10,000, 20,000 people are active doing something, right? Millions are silent in their house, not saying anything, not denouncing it, not coming out to fight against the 20, 30,000. Because all these hoodlums, all these people they use, they are not up to 10,000 on the road. But millions of you will keep quiet and stay in your house, not say anything. Then you now bring one person that did something and say that's the sign that you are good people. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame. 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 Anyway, they bring this woman outside, submitted her to her death. You know why I'm bringing up this story? Not because they killed her, but because till today, as we speak, they arrested those people that did it and released them. Till today, the husband is still looking for justice. They have been threatening his life to kill him. That was the last interview the man gave, that they are threatening him because he now sued the state because she was a teacher in a state school. She now sued the state for negligence. They have been threatening him. So if that state of Kano was not in support of his wife's death, why are they fighting his case? Because what happened is clearly wrong. If the state believed that what happened was wrong, okay, for some reason, for peace to reign, they don't want riot, they did not prosecute the killers. So why are you finding it hard to compensate the husband? Same thing in Abuja, the woman that was preaching. They arrested her killers, they released the killers. Where was the outrage from the moderate Muslims when these killers were released? You see, there's outrage now that the killers are arrested. When the killers will be released, I hope I see the same outrage from you moderate Muslims that believe in justice. Because I know you don't believe in justice. As soon as they release your foot soldiers, you act like you didn't see it. You act like nothing happened. You'll be happy that it has been swept under the carpet, like the killers of Christina Oluwaseun and Madam Abigail. Who has spoken about it among you scholars, among you big, moderate, Muslim, big men, educated, blah, 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 that are all peaceful? Who has demanded the prosecution of the killers of these two women I just mentioned? No one even mentioned Deborah, which just happened. The one that has been on ground for years, 4 or 5 years now. What have you done about that? So don't run game on me. Don't run game on me. You can run game on yourself, on your fellow evildoers, that you are all conniving to destroy Africa together, but you can't run that game on me. You can't run that game on me because I ain't even down with that. I ain't even down with that. You can't get me. I've seen through it. I've seen the game plan. The fact that nobody can articulate to the Hausa people that they are still under colonialism in this country. What is happening in the northern part of this country is Arabic colonialism. The same state of the educational institutions under colonialism, British, is the same way it is under Arabic colonialism. Their opportunity, their ability for the Africans under this Arabic colonialism, the Caliphate colonialism of the northern part of Nigeria, which has led to that part of Nigeria being the worst part in the world for black people to live. Where is worse for black people to live than all these Caliphate colonized countries in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa, where black people are not the way they take care of themselves in North Africa, where the Arabs have. You see what I told you? Not a coincidence. Where are the black people of North Africa? Where are you think North Africa was Arabic? North Africa, no, it's black. It's today they are not Africans that are black like you and me. Go and look for them. What you people must understand: separate your religion from the politics of your liberation. Where your religion is attacking your liberation, stand on the side of your liberation. Because your religion can never give you the freedom that you need to be the best that you can be in this world. No matter what anybody says, don't let any ideology tell you to hate any African for any reason, except that African is working against the progress of Africa. The progress of Christianity is not our business. The progress of Islam is not our business. The program of IMF, the progress of any international institutions, the progress of any bagger is not our business. Our only business is the progress of our continent. Do your religion inside house. Do anything. Once that religion is trying to interfere with your duties, to liberate your continent and yourself. You tell us to make you hold am there. Where your religion is not empowering you to fight for yourself to be free, you tell them make you hold am there. You come back to it. At least God will understand and forgive when you ask for it. God don't forgive again. God will forgive now. We must do what we need to do for our own liberation. We must free our northern brothers. The way we are disconnected makes no sense. We did southern Nigeria, they shout end SARS. Northerners no understand that. They shout end Boko Haram. Boko Haram is killing us. We gonna no understand them. People who die in the north, people in the south don't care. People who die in the south, people in the north don't care. In this game, election is coming. These people are afraid. What are they playing? Christian versus Muslim. They are tuning into their already drawn division line, which they don't key us into. Only Pan-Africanism can raise us above all this divisive rhetoric, all this division, all these lies that they implant in our brains. As soon as we become class conscious, understanding our position in this game that they are playing and how we need to move, you need to be class conscious to understand that. Then we Pan-Africanize ourselves. And because inside Pan-Africanism, all Africans will now be elevated. Regardless of race, religion, creed, whatever. We put Pan-Africanism first. The part of our religion, we no match with Pan-Africanism. We no move Africa forward. We must tell that part, say, hold up first. Wait first. We won't make Nigeria say fine like Saudi Arabia. Wait first. We won't make Nigeria say fine like Switzerland. Okay? Wait first. We must remove things that make us believe that our Africanness is secondary to anything. We must remove anything that makes you feel that your Africanness is second to anything. It's very important. So as we demand justice for Deborah today again, we must remind them that we still don't have justice for Abigail. What's her last name? Oh, I hate forgetting the name of these people that are killed like this. Oh man, Abigail Gegeme or something. The woman that is slaughtered in Abuja. Also, we shall have, what's it called? How we put them? No, Abigail. I've forgotten her last name, and it's paining me. Anyway, we still demand justice for her, and we demand justice for Christina Oluwasesin. Yes, that's the woman that was killed, the teacher. The preacher is Abigail something, I can't remember. So, I would even like to show more evidence, like newspaper clips of these stories I'm telling you. So you people see what I'm saying for what it is. And don't think that I'm just here trying to whip up storm, cloud chasing. No. We are being honest with one another. Africans cannot be killed for what I'm saying. It only slaves are not allowed to speak their mind. Only slaves are not allowed to. If Muslims cannot tolerate somebody in a group chat in school, a chat that is for education, saying please keep this chat group for education, because that's what these Muslims do. You go to custom office now on a Friday, they'll turn the custom office to mosque because it's Friday. Go to market on Friday, they go block the whole road, they pray for middle of road because it's Friday. Like saying that Muslims now build the road for people to pass. This is what they do. You're there for your house, church go, they shout for inside their church, they sing, they shout, they don't say, people they sleep for their house. Because you want to praise your God now, I cannot sleep. Praise the Lord, 4 o'clock, Thanksgiving, night vigil, and they're all still evil people. All of them evil. Thank you, Hotel Motors, Abigail Agbahime. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother. You helped me here because it's good to always remember the name of those that we lost. You know, at least we have to give them that. Their name was at least say we remember their names. You know, so that we at least we show that we value our lives, because that's what they are training us. Everybody in Africa value everything except life in Africa. We value everything Africa, everything on Africa, and anything that they bring, we value it except the life of African people. It is a madness. It is a mad thing. And it is these scholars, these so-called education professors, these religious scholars, education scholars, that all come and tell us these lies and spread it in society. Their rich friends will use money to back it up. We are no longer slaves in Africa. In Africa, we as African people will speak our mind. We will speak our mind how we see fit. You understand? And we believe that we have a constitution that protects that now. And it is time for the true leaders of this country to rise up. Not these leading blacks that we have all over the world. These are leading blacks. None of them are even brave enough to say they're not Christian or Muslim. Go and look at all the leading blacks, from entertainment to religion to politics. All your leading blacks. None of them are proud to publicly embrace African spiritual system. None of them are even proud to publicly embrace Pan-Africanism. Forget African spiritual system, but Pan-Africanism. People will be lying to me and talking about money rituals. People are making money rituals. It's not African gods that are killing people for money. African gods don't do money ritual. I know Ogun, I know Ifa, I know Obatala, I know Oya, I know Yemoja, I know Orunmila, I know Olokun. I know all the African gods basically. Shango. I know. So which of the gods is this god that they go and do money ritual with? What's the god called? What is the god that they go and do money rituals with? What is it called? There's no name for it. Nobody knows. This god did not exist in our traditional system. It does not exist in our spiritual system. But they have babalawos that do it. And Wamugu. Go and read the new Punch. Punch just did an expose. They are all 419 collecting your money. Who wants to come and talk the truth that I did money ritual that did not work? Who won't come talk truth for outside? You are here deceiving yourself. Okay, if you say it, but how many money ritualists have killed this year? How many people have bandit and Boko Haram killed this year? And we as traditionalists, we come out immediately to denounce any ritual killing. If we catch them doing it, we will deal with them. We deal with our own degenerates. If police arrest people for doing money ritual, do you see traditionalists coming out to protest the arrest? That, oh, they are just practicing their traditional religion. Please release them, and they will go everywhere. We start scattering the place because money ritualists were arrested. Have you seen traditionalists doing that before? This is the difference. This is the fundamental difference. When they arrest the perpetrators of this act, traditionalists do not come out to start shouting, hey, leave them. We support that they are arrested. We support that they are persecuted. We support that they are made to pay for their crimes. Fast forward to Christians. Catch pastor, they rape. Christians will come outside. Leave the pastor. Hey, they got the pastor. Anointed. They kill Deborah. They release the killers. You must not touch our brothers. Muhammadian. You are all mad. You are all mad. Comparing us to you mad people. How can you compare African traditionalists to you mad people? I've given you the main reason we are different from you. Every religion, every sect, every group, every organization has its bad eggs. Every country, every race, they all have bad eggs. They all have bad eggs. What happens when our bad eggs are arrested or caught? What do the Christians do when pastors are caught doing bad things? Caught, red-handed. It's a fake pastor. No, not a fake pastor, a real pastor. Like the one where Timmy Dakolo wife. Wait till that Koja pastor name, that serial rapist. We get Koja now, don't forget his name. We Timmy Dakolo wife say rape her when she young. Something Fato Yibo. Biodun Fato Yibo, lazy go better for you. What were they all saying? Is that one a fake pastor? Established pastor. Look at the Catholic Church. In fact, the Catholic Church had to ask for COVID release because they paid so much money in rape settlements in 2020 and 2021. Okay, you people will shout your own. Touch not my anointed. That you think you are better than these Islamists that are also shouting now for them to free their warriors. Is your pastor not a prayer warrior? Is not a general in your army of the Lord? So the way people manifest your sickness might be different. You might want to think you are different, but you are the same. Look at yourselves. Look at yourselves. So there we go. That is all I have to say about this issue. We as African people, we must throw away anything whatsoever that is encouraging the killing of African people. This is how we divide the us versus them thing. I don't root for black people when they make. I don't like any people say, hey, if black people are making it, support black people. I don't support black people. I don't support African people. I only support African people that support the progress of Africa. You might have everything in this world. If you do not support the progress and the sanctity of African people and Africa, then I have no love for you. I have no regard for you. I have no interest in you. I don't want to see you. I care nothing for you. But if you're an African and you're making it, and you are for the progress also of African people, then I am your ally. That is the us. That is the we. That is my tribe. Not you people that will destroy Africa from Monday to Saturday. Then give charity on Sunday and say that you are African people. No, fuck you guys. You are not the guys I'm talking about. The moderates that will come and excuse the useless behavior and come and lie to me about how your religion is peaceful. How about now where in the Quran is. Have you gone read your Quran? Are you sure you've read it? You didn't pay attention in Ilekeu? Because the Afar was flogging you too much. You did not pay attention. You didn't pay attention. You didn't pay attention. I beg. Please, everybody, follow the link on my page to go to my YouTube page. Where I'm going to post more evidence of things like this. We are trying to build a really big show for you. So please try and follow the link to go to my YouTube page for more content like this. With better graphics. Don't forget to subscribe to the page as well. And turn on your notifications. Ciao. Testing, everybody, welcome. Today I went live earlier. I just went live for like 10 seconds to see how to go live on this YouTube. Not that most of the videos I will do on what was it called? Bird's Eye View will no longer be live, it will be recorded. So I'm telling you guys, but it will be on this channel on YouTube. So I want you all to follow the link on my Instagram page. I'll post the link on my Facebook after the show. So if I post the link, you guys can link this YouTube page. It's live now on the YouTube page. I think I should try and post the link on this Facebook Live. Or is there a way to, let me see, there's a way to link everything together. There should be a way to link everything. Is there? Is there a way to link everything? There's no way to link everything. But I think I should post the Facebook link. That's what I should do. I'll post it on Facebook, the YouTube link. Alright, there. I'll be done soon. This live will be quite short, so let me know when you get back. Take it, yeah. Pass it. So yeah, welcome to today's discussion on my Bird's Eye View show. I've not done Bird's Eye View in a long time, but that's on Instagram. I've actually shot a lot of episodes. I don't shoot plenty episodes of Bird's Eye View that I'm going to take with me. So yeah, today's topic I'm discussing exalting wickedness. Yeah, what do I mean when I say exalting wickedness? Exalting wickedness especially in the African communities globally. I think our elites, the African elites all over the world are hell-bent on making sure that African people believe it is appropriate to be heartless, appropriate to be wicked, nonchalant, disrespectful, to lack empathy and sympathy. All these aggressive and wicked behaviors are being exalted in society. You know, and what do I mean by all these behaviors being exalted in society? You know, I mean, like, if you go and watch the news, for example, I'll give you one example. One very obvious example and excuse that is given for this is the professional's excuse of, I'm just doing my job, or, oh, he's just doing his job. So, for example, you are watching the news and some teenager, you know, I'll give you a good example. So, Tamir Rice, right? Tamir Rice is a 12-year-old. What do you want me to do for you there? Is the door locked?
Yes.
Don't worry, I'll come and lock it, but try and close it so Che doesn't go out.
Thank you.
So there was a 13-year-old boy called Tamir Rice, right? Somewhere in America, I think it was in Chicago in America. You know, and he was playing with a toy gun. And as he was playing with his toy gun, some people called the police on this Tamir Rice boy. You know. So when they called the police on him, I'm not kidding, they called the police on a 12-year-old boy playing with a toy gun in a playground. So when they called these police on this 12-year-old Tamir Rice, the police arrived, and within 10 seconds of their arrival, they had shot this boy 13 times or something like that. This Tamir Rice boy is just 12 years old, I repeat. They have shot him 13 times in less than 10 seconds of the police arriving there. You know, all over the news, people were actually saying, why was he playing with a toy gun? People actually said that why was a child playing with a toy? You know, and so for me, I took two things from this, you know, in the black community. That we think wickedness is strength. That some people don't confuse us, because this will not be conviction. You can't be convinced of something that is a lie. It's false. That is false. That's I don't know what to call that. You know, that's living a lie. You know, if you believe in something, you are convinced of something that is not fact. You know what I'm saying? So they've convinced us that wickedness is strength. That to be able to be wicked means that you are a strong person. Whereas wickedness is the highest form of weakness. You know, when you choose to be wicked, you know, it means that you are weak. Wicked. It means you are weak. It's there in the word itself. They can try to hide it. But you know, I realize that in our community, these people want us to believe that wickedness is strength. That to be able to be wicked to somebody, it means that you are strong and you are showing the person your strength. Yeah. You know, so this for me has always been something that has surprised me a lot in how we accept and believe in the lies of our elites all over the world. So they say, what? So now, what kind of human being calls the police on a 12-year-old child? No matter what that child has done, right? If you see a 12-year-old child doing something wrong, it is your duty to correct that 12-year-old child, right? To come and correct the child, to address that child and say, train the child, you know, be the adult. But I realize that people don't want to be the adults. They rather be wicked than be the adult, right? People rather be wicked, you know. People rather be wicked to even children than to be an adult to that child. You want to show the child power immediately. You want to show strength. You know, even parents of children abuse their children based on this misconception. You know. So cops arrive and people go, oh, you're just doing your job. You know. We are made to believe that somebody stepping on your shoe is enough reason to shoot the person dead. That if you have the mind to kill people over trivial issues like somebody stepping on your shoe and you removing gun and shooting the person, means that you are a strong person. This exaltation, continual exaltation of wickedness, When you hear our big men in society, instead of saying to us when we make mistakes, oh, I will teach you the right thing, I will teach you how to be better. Everybody uses the word, I go deal with you. I go deal with you. Everybody wants to be wicked. Because wickedness is exalted. As I said, so I'm surprised we did for our society like this, and in a society that needs all the kindness. You understand? This is our society. We need to be kind to one another. We need to be kind to one another. Someone will steal something in the market, right? This is now one of the manifestations of wickedness where me I like to address. You know, where they always surprise me, and I always use them as example. Why we go burn somebody for market? Say it's still 200 naira, it's still 300 naira, it's still 500 naira. We go catch the person and we go burn that person to death. Actually, so 500 naira is less than $1. So 500 naira is, let's say, about 500 naira is about 80 cents or something. And we'll kill a Nigeria, the whole human being. The whole human being will be killed because of, they say, because it's the principle, is a thief. But we know that people thief more than that in Nigeria, and we do nothing. We heal them, we don't burn them. So that's not the issue. The issue here is that we are more powerful than this 500 naira thief. So our only exchange with this 500 naira thief must be to show him our strength. And our strength, how we have been confused in our brain. Our strength not be say we dey kind. Our strength not be say we dey empathetic, sympathetic. We can make person call for a own market public like this, can't disgrace himself till 500. We know this person is suffering. We know say now who they catch him. We know say in the worst state where any human being can be in this world. We know say in spirit don't break. We will burn this person to death. We will show wickedness because that is strength. But now, who taught us that an African life is worth less than $1? Sure, you think, say, before we were colonized as African people, before we go through colonialism, the after effect of slavery for our continent, you think, say, we born African person for stealing less than $1? Do you think we used to kill any African thief, something like this, we don't carry and kill and bam? Is that really, you think that is how the African justice system worked? In fact, let me put it this way, stealing not be something where Africans they encounter a lot. Because, you know, as I said to you now, African people will say back in the day, even our market, nobody they watch the market. And nobody will go that market, go thief. Because we as African people, you know, we get the way we don't secure our marketplace and our own spirituality and our own humanity. We say everybody had enough. The person come market and to come take what he need and pay. Nobody will come leave their house, come thief for market. You know? We are that sophisticated in our social relationships. The way our society was engineered, it was so sophisticated that people will not go to market to steal. We didn't have such things. And even when people did that, when people decided to steal, our punishment wouldn't be to burn somebody because they stole. You understand? It is the Europeans that has made our life as African people so little in our own eye. That such a thing for us means we're killing that person, and that killing in our own mind is also telling us that we are doing the right thing, we are showing strength, we are making ourselves better people. And just 1 second of thinking it through, 1 second of thinking those kind of line of thought through, you realize that there's no way that that is true, that we are actually harming ourselves, destroying ourselves by this kind of behavior. You know, it comes from the leaders of the world. You know, when you look at all the leaders of the world now, look at Joe Biden's son, for example. Joe Biden's son is a crackhead, junkie. Joe Biden is part of the senators in America that wrote the 3 strike laws that called for harsher treatment for crack addicts that were not his own children. That for a little gram of crack like this, that people's children were sent to jail for years. They're still in jail now. You understand? I like what Yemizi Dania is saying. Seun, this is universal and not peculiar to Africans. Generally, we prey on the weak. Yes, I know it is not peculiar to Africans, but I'm speaking to Africans. You understand? The fact that the rest of the world has bought into this imperialist might is always right mantra doesn't mean that we as Africans cannot break away from it and show the world a new way. If you've been following me, I'm following my page for a while, you will know that I have always been saying that our duty as African people not just to free ourselves from this oppression, this situation that we are in, but also to show the world that there's a new and better way, that we can find a new way, that we can build a new world. So these are the things that I say to people. So when I speak to Africans, I'm not talking about the things that ail the world. Yes, they ail the world, it ails us too. Let's cure our own and show the world how to cure themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm using Joe Biden as an example right now. I'm using Joe Biden as an example of a man that has sent thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, millions of people to jail. While today they've caught his son. He's talking about his son, how his son is loving, his son needs help, his son needs care, that his son has never done anything wrong, his son is a family man, he's a nice guy. He doesn't know how many family men and nice guys he has thrown in jail with his own laws, but that his own son is breaking, but he's still not in jail as we speak. That we have confirmed that he is participating in. But these leaders of the world, when they relate to the people, even look at what is happening in Russia and in Ukraine, and look at what happened in Iraq, they want to be wicked. Any small thing, everybody wants to be wicked to anybody. So that as soon as that is the strength, you know that we are strong. It's by being wicked that we can be strong. So this is nonsense. It is a nonsense attitude that they are selling into our spirit. As I always tell everybody, oppression is a spirit. Oppression is a spirit. Oppression is not just a behavior. Oppression is not just a situation. Oppression is also a spirit. You understand? And they use our art, African art, all over the world. The mainstream media, the African art that mainstream media decide to embrace. This same mainstream that you cannot go on any mainstream program, mainstream radio, mainstream TV, social media platform, and talk about how you can kill cats. You cannot talk about killing a dog on these people's platforms, but you can talk about killing black people in these platforms, and they will say that these people that talk about killing us are the best of us. That this art that kills black people non-stop in every single line, that tells us how we must not love our women, that tells us how we must not tolerate one another, that tells us that if somebody even look at you the wrong way as a black man, if another black man look at you the wrong, you should go and teach him a leg. This kind of music is what these people, the most intelligent people in media, come together and say is the best black music. Because that's the spirit. Because if these so-called leading blacks, because they pick them as the best of all, they say they are the leading blacks, and leading blacks are not black leaders. Don't make the mistake. Don't ever make the mistake of that. So these so-called leading blacks, right, they all behave the same way, do the same nonsense, say the same degrading thing to us. So we have to look up to these people that talk down to us. You understand? We have to look up to these people that talk down to us constantly all over the world. And they tell us that is the way we as black people should behave. So, where is your soul and where is comfort? Where is your soul and where is comfort? Where is your humanity and where is success? Right? They are telling us constantly that we must negate our humanity for success. Money over everything. When people say that thing, like money over everything, I'm like, money over your children, even your children, money over your children. And some people, it is true, money over their children. They are willing to let their children go, harm their children, if money is behind it. That is facts. That is facts. So these people and this their mantra that they constantly want us to embrace that we negate our humanity. So your success is above your humanity. So I'll give you an example. So in Nigeria, for example, poor people are constantly accused, right? Poor people are constantly accused of selling their votes, right? Poor people are constantly accused of selling their vote. It's the poor people selling their vote that are destroying this country. But no, it is actually the professionals that sell their soul that destroy this country. I repeat, it is not the poor people that sell their votes that destroy this country. You hear me? You hear me? It is not the poor people that sell their votes that destroy this country. It is the professionals, the so-called middle class, the working class that sell their soul that destroy this country. You see? Because selling your soul is a wicked act, not just to the society that you are selling it to destroy, but to yourself that you have destroyed. So first of all, you are wicked to yourself for selling your soul. You destroy yourself, you break your spirit by yourself, you sell your soul. Now, nobody has ever asked you to sell your soul to ask you to do a good thing. You are now in the service of evil, in the service of the dominators, the oppressors of society. Right? You are now in their service. So you go around as policeman, slapping and shooting innocent people because you are now soulless. You're going around as a banker, laundering money that is causing children to die in hospital, money that will build their school, their future, the roads that you're supposed to build, all the money that is causing accident, that thousands of people are dying. Thousands of people are dying every day from the roads that are not being built, but you're in the bank laundering the money that is supposed to build that road, and you don't lose sleep at night. You have sold your soul, you have destroyed yourself, and people are dying because of it. That is the wickedness. And people will die. See, we are not stupid. We are not stupid as African people. We are not stupid. We know that when we cut these corners, when we assist these people, when we, like the building that, all these buildings that are collapsing, all the engineers in Nigeria, all the architects, when you allow these rich people to make you join their evil plan, you have embraced wickedness, and nobody will say anything. In fact, you will tell your friends, everybody will clap for you, and we all know that clap is like clapping for the death of people. But because wickedness has been exalted in society, wickedness is okay as long as money over everything. So far money is behind it. Wickedness is accepted in the name of economics and capital. In the name of economics and capital, any kind of wickedness is exalted amongst black people especially. And why I must say, because it is only us that is anything goes. Europeans go through it too, from their leadership and their elites, but to a certain extent. We are the ones that there is no bottom to the pit, no bottom to the hole that they are digging. Constantly we choose to do wicked things to the world. Okay, look at Hush Puppy, for example, in prison now. What has he done that is, what kind of enjoyment could they have given him in that his life that is now worth him losing 25 years? You see, this is what I keep saying to people. These people let us feel as if these are things that are worth our life. We kill people for less than $1. Anything is, our life is so worthless that our children think it is okay for them to to gamble 20 years of their life just to enjoy for 3 or 4 years. Enjoy for 5 years, enjoy for 10 years. So for me, I constantly see it in our society. And where it's even worse is that the religious people that go to church, they are supposed to be the good people of Nigeria, who sit down in the church and be doing wicked things. I'll give you an example of a wicked act. Pastor Adeboye in 2011, Jonathan went to redeem camp. Jonathan knelt down in front of Adeboye. Jonathan was then acting president was not yet full, was going for his own president. He was acting though, he was already sitting. He was there. He entered Adeboye front. Now, 80% of the people in front of Adeboye are living in poverty, are poor people. Adeboye did not tell Jonathan that God said, Adeboye, God has told me to tell you that Nigerians are suffering. You have to do something to better the life of Nigerian people. Adeboye said, God said I should tell you that you will be president. You know, this country sometimes makes me feel like as if I'm living in a crazy place. Then you mention something like this to people and say, but this man should, they say, are you the one that did it? Everybody will defend the wicked act. Everybody will defend the wicked act. As if, you know, we don't have brain, as if we don't know that it's a wicked act. And we know this is a wicked act. We know it is not right. And maybe this is why the ancestors continue to punish us with this suffering in this country. Because we know these things are not right. We know these things are not right. But the ancestors, is it the one that the pastor will be raping members of the congregation? You know? Raping members of the congregation. And people will be saying that it is, you know, they'll be defending the act. Wickedness, exalted, carried on in high places. President and governor will be coming with their convoy. They want all the big men in Nigeria, big men especially, with their convoy. All of them, billionaires, big car, 10 car, 20 car. They will see you get your own one small car. You they go for road. They will carry their convoy. Where we say all of them get the road together. Jam your motor. Boah. People will be telling you why you say no come up for road. Nobody will be saying these people are wicked. Oh. Everybody behaving like acting mad. Arrive somewhere because people tell your security to be beating everybody. Security will be beating everybody. People will be hailing because that's how to be a big man. Everybody I just there again about say what did they happen for this Africa? Is it that we are crazy? We are losing our mind? You know? We sit down here and we just see people doing wicked things and we accept it, you know. People will be talking about cultism, singing about cultism, praising cultism, and people will be there. I'll be on. Are you people mad? These people, oh my God. We must re-embrace, you know, we must re-embrace humanity as African people. I mean, I'm going to end this live now. You know, it's not really scheduled. I just wanted to do it for everybody on this Facebook. I'll share it on my YouTube. You know, I will also put the link for the YouTube on this page so that people can go back and watch it. But it is heartbreaking, you know, just to see how people lack empathy, you know, true empathy, and we don't want to care about what's going on with other people, you know, before we impose our own personal strength and judgment upon them, like the little gods that we believe that we are, due to any kind of little success that we've been able to accumulate within this oppressive system. It is truly a shame, you know, that nothing is enough to make an African man worthy if he cannot access whiteness. Meaning that if he cannot buy things, no black man can be respected if he cannot buy something. And who is making everything? Europeans, Asians. Because we know we as Africans, our slave agents, slave traders that we have as leaders, the slave trader descendants and agents that we have as leaders in Africa, they don't care about building Africa. They care about selling Africa and its people. That's what their ancestors did. That's what they too want to do. They care about nothing. So we don't buy. So one of the things that is one of the ways to know what is not African is by things. Africans don't make things in this world today the way it is under these slave traders. We only trade. So if you cannot buy these things, then you are not human. If you cannot engage in that trade, the slave trade of your own people and yourself, nobody can respect you. They want us to believe that you're not worthy of respect if you're intelligent. They'll say you be I too know. Now book go job. If you are loving, if you are kind, if you are caring, they don't want you to be respected for that. Because they know that it is this behavior that will liberate Africa. Intelligence, kindness, love, care, empathy, sympathy. These are the feelings and the human emotions that are free of charge that will liberate African people. So they make it seem like it's a bad thing to love, like it's a bad thing to be kind, like it's a bad thing to be caring, like it's a bad thing to have empathy, like it's a bad thing to have sympathy, like it's a bad thing to read books and have sense. In fact, instead of African people to read, the Africans that we now read, that will have the elites that have time to read, that are not suffering every day in 4-hour traffic to and fro, that can at least tell them to read now self-help book. They will forget African history, forget political science, forget economics, forget important real books. Now fiction they will read. Fiction, story where you go write. John Grisham. They go abandon Sheikh Anta Diop. They go abandon Frantz Fanon. They go abandon Kwame Nkrumah. They go abandon Steve Biko. They go abandon Noam Chomsky. They go abandon Amos Wilson. They go abandon Manimba Ani. They go abandon Del Jones. Abandon everybody. They will read John Grisham, Clive Cussler, Mills and Boone. Now when they read with that, they don't even read Chino Achebe. They don't even read Wole Soyinka. Now Oyibo book they won't read. They will read Dostoevsky. Well, me too, I read Dostoevsky. But me, I'm different. Is that I've just started to read Dostoevsky. I've read some white psychology, white authors before, but I read more black. You know, for every white I've read maybe 30 black authors. You know, then they go read Bible and Quran. Finish. They don't read with that. They don't read with that. So the things that we need that are free of charge, that can free us, that we can control by ourselves, that can free us, they will tell us that those things are evil. Those things are weak. It is weak. You are weak if you show that you love people. You are weak if you are kind to people. You are weak if every song is teaching you how to not be kind. But that is not song. But if you are killing people, you are good. That's what it's up. Then you are a strong man. If you are wicked to people, that's what's up. If everybody can look, if you are looking down on everybody, if you are a snob, especially being a snob, Africans will be snobbing each other. The whole world is snobbing us. The whole world is snobbing us. We'll be snobbing each other because that's how you're a big man, snobbing people. Mr. VIP, Madam VIP, VVIP, VVVIP, VVVVVVIP. We yelled that. So anyway, I'm going to post this live and share the page of my YouTube. Please, I'm still looking for 2,000 subscribers on my YouTube. So if you are watching this and you've not subscribed to my YouTube page, please search for Seun Kuti on YouTube. Search for Seun Kuti on YouTube and try and subscribe to the page for me. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you very much, and may the ancestors continue to be with all of us and guide us. See you when I launch the Bird's Eye View officially. Africa. How does truth instigate violence? What we don't understand here in Nigeria is that we are sitting on a powdered keg, you know, what they call a time bomb that will explode on us, and we don't even understand. I saying they don't train on. Now we be say, no matter the amount of African people that are dying because of something, you people don't see it as a crisis. It's never a crisis. It's just a problem. It's a problem you can pray away. It's a problem you can ignore. Even if 10 million, 10,000, 100,000, 5,000, 5 million African people died over something, to all of you, it's not a crisis. It's just a problem. It's a problem that, we will forget. Let me tell you what is going on in this country. In 2002, right, the Pew Research Institute, I don't know if you know about this institute, they do statistical data all over the world to know what people think about certain things, right? In 2002, that is, we didn't have all this problem. We didn't have Boko Haram in 2002. We did not have bandits. We did not have headsmen. We did not have any of these things, right? In 2002, they did a Pew Research survey on suicide bombing. So they asked over 38,000 people all over the world what they thought, in the Muslim world, what they thought about suicide bombing. Now, I don't really care about the rest of what they were thinking, But in Nigeria, they asked 100 Muslims. In Nigeria in 2002, they asked 100 Muslims if suicide bombing in defense of Islam is justifiable. Out of the 100, 47 said yes. 47 said yes. Now, this Pew Research, I know that they are white, so I know they definitely did not come to Nigeria and start asking people on the street. They must have done the research online. So many of the people online in Nigeria are well-to-do because data is expensive. Poor people don't go online, and when they go online, they don't waste their data to be filling survey and research. It is the ones that are educated that do it, that feel research and all these kind of things online. We are the ones that can afford it. 47 of them said yes, suicide bombing in defense of Islam is justifiable. 45 said no. Bro, that is a big problem. That is a crisis. That is a crisis. Now they are saying that because this is a fact. They ask another question. So is it justifiable? One. So maybe yes. Maybe Muslims in that country are being killed by the government. Maybe Muslims in that country are being attacked by the government. So is suicide bombing in the defense of Islam justifiable? I believe that in a situation where Muslims are being killed and oppressed, and yes, they can fight back, I believe. So maybe those 47 that said yes, maybe they had a point. Maybe they were thinking it deeper than I was, But they now asked them that question. And this is what scared me even more. They said, suicide bombing in defense of Islam, is it ever justifiable? Is it ever justifiable? 66 said yes. Only 26 said no. This was in 2002. This was in 2002. So let me tell you what happens in Nigeria. Let me tell you. There's something called Wahhabism, right? There's something called Wahhabism. Wahhabism is the extreme ideology of Islam that is being pushed by the Saudi royal family and the elite of Arabia to violently adhere to the strict laws of Islam. This is from an Islamic ideology called Wahhabism. This Wahhabism spends billions of dollars every year giving money to all the scholars spreading this ideology. Many of the Nigerian Islamic clerics are Wahhabists. The Nigerian Muslim and Islamic elites know this fact. They know that Wahhabism controls Nigerian Islam. From northern Nigeria to southwest Nigeria, all these Afars and Imams are all Wahhabists. Majority of them. This is the real problem. And nobody is doing anything to curb that. Nobody is doing anything to curb that. We must curb the extreme. I'm not saying don't do Islam, do your Islam. But there's an extreme part of it that is allowed to flow into our country unchecked. It is unchecked. Nobody does anything about it. Wahhabism is everywhere in this country. When you see children in Ilekeu being flogged by force to learn, that is Wahhabism, right? That strict enforcement of Islam. Strict enforcement of Islam. What are we doing to end the Wahhabism that is just entering into this country unchecked, that is leading to Boko Haram, that is leading to banditry, all this craziness in the name of religion? What are we doing to end it? Can they practice Islam and even look for an African way to practice it, a way that embraces the Africanness that we are? As I said yesterday, I did a Facebook. If you go on my Facebook, I said we must not allow anything be above our Africanness. Nothing. We must not embrace anything that encourages us in any way, shape, or form to kill African people. It is important that we understand that, or else we are no longer Africans. We are no longer Africans. If there's anything in you that is making you feel it's okay to kill African people, then we are no longer Africans. I will just sit down here and let Nigeria turn into Somalia. Are we told to sit down here and let this country turn into Somalia? Because if the elite of this country, the northern elite especially, this so-called aristocrats of the Fulani, the Sultan, all these emirs of, even Sanusi has a extremist past, the former emir of Kano. So when I say extremism in Nigeria, it is not like extremism, it is, you people think about it, you think it's the poor people. These poor people you see on the street of Sokoto, they are the foot soldiers. They are the foot soldiers. This extremism comes from the top. It comes from the top. So the Nigerian elites, the northern Nigerian elites, they know that this Wahhabism is dangerous. But because they give them money from Saudi Arabia, they allow it. They say nothing about the dangers that it portends in our society and our community, knowing very well that Nigeria is constitutionally a secular state. When you hear these northern people making all these comments, like this professor that is talking that is saying that the greater good, the lesser evil, that is justifying the death of that girl, is because of the grants he is receiving from Saudi Arabia. He's saying those things. You understand? He has to protect the Wahhabist funding that he is receiving to spread the message that he's spreading. This is too much. It is too much. It is too much. My problem, really, I always say to people, is what is not killing us in Africa? What is it that African people have done that everything must be killing us? Even the one we know concern us, the one we will not do, everything must come and kill us in Africa. What's going on with that? Polio is back. Lassa fever is killing us. Lassa fever, malaria is killing us. Avoidable death, anything that can kill anybody is killing Africans. Aren't we tired of dying? Aren't we tired of dying? And why are our elites not protecting us? Nigeria has done everything for these people. These rich people and big people, powerful people in this country, they are the laziest powerful people and rich people in the world. Because they are the only rich people where you cannot see what they've built ever. They have no legacy. They have invented nothing. They have created nothing. They have built no institutions. They have done nothing in their life. Yet they are all billionaires. Nigeria and Nigerians have given them everything. Nigerians and Nigeria have given them everything. Can't they at least just protect us? While you are sitting up there enjoying, living large, flying private jet, drinking champagne, chopping, fucking all the fine girls, just at least when you see something bad wants to come and happen to your people that have given you all these things, just say, I beg, don't take that to my people. Stop it. Protect us at least. Even though you don't do anything for us, even though you don't educate us, all our children are at home, can't go to school.
You can't educate us. You can't treat us. You can't protect. You can't give us good roads. You can't give us light. You can't give us water. You can't give us good telephone line. At least give us life. At least leave us with our life. When you see something that can come and kill us, protect us. Why are you people not talking about Wahhabism in this country? Why are you allowing it to reign from southwest to see? It is the same Wahhabism they are teaching them in the north that they are teaching them here in the southwest and in the southeast and anywhere that there are Muslims in this country. Trust me on that. The only Muslim sect that is not teaching Wahhabism is the Shia. They have their own idea. The Shia Muslims. And look at what the Sunni Wahhabist Muslims are doing to the Shias in this country every day. Killing them everywhere. Lock El Zakaze up for how many years? Kill 6 of his children. Because the Nigerian military hierarchy is controlled by Sunni Muslims. Using the Nigerian military force to fight a religious battle on African soil, wasting African lives. Why are these people like this? Why are they like this? With all the enjoyment that you enjoy in this country, you people cannot at least. So what is it about killing us that just is so sweet to you? What is this agreement you have signed with the devil? What is this agreement you people have entered with the devils of this world that you are just enjoying killing your own son? Whereas you people going around with 100 policemen, soldier men. All of Sokoto right now being destroyed. I don't know what's happening to on my life. You know? See the whole street of Sokoto being upside down, burning. Where are the peaceful people to come outside? Where are the peaceful ones to come outside and resist? Because I know all the big men in Sokoto have five police in their house. If they bring all those police outside, leading them in their own protest to say we don't support this nonsense, nothing will happen to them. But they know that inside they support it. Inside their heart. Inside their heart. They support it. Inside their heart. So the northern elite of this country, the southwestern elite of this country, all of you that open your eye and allow dangerous ideologies to permeate our societies and do nothing, we see you and history will not forget you.